Okay. Yeah. Let me start with the lecture. How many minutes will I have the lecture, Mr. Adit?
It's around 1 hour, yeah.
1 hour, including question and answer.
No, it's around 1 hour, 15 minutes.
Okay. So so we'll have enough time. Okay, we can discuss more in other sense. First, about the fundamental, yes, about the battery. So, as you know, we start with why lithium battery is so important. This is the question, and this is also we have to mention, yeah, and we have to make it become important, yeah. Actually, it's already important, but sometimes we don't realize that it is important, right? Yeah. For example, yeah, you have the mobile phone, so you like to use it. Without it, I think, well, you cannot live without mobile phone. But do you realize that you use the lithium battery inside the mobile phone, inside your computer? But sometimes what you realize is whenever the battery just running off, yeah, low bat, and then you just find why, and then charging, yeah. But so it means that the lithium battery is so important. So I will give this about the why important and what is the relation with the sustainable energy and climate change problem, and then how we are going to face the transformation energy from fossil to battery, and then what is the relation with the nickel, yeah. Nickel will become the next oil, and then how important to have the technology processing, yes, of the nickel to become the cathode, yeah, and of course some others that we can discuss, yeah. Okay, yeah, let's see that here, yeah, important of the battery research, because you will use the battery, well, in various capacity, yeah, various form and capacity, yeah. For example, from the small, for example, you need only 3 watt-hour probably for the mobile phone and for watch, yes, that's the small, okay, but still you need the storage, the energy storage, and then it increasing again to maybe to the computer, and then now you have the iPod, iPad, and etc. You need that kind of the electronic device. You need the lithium battery, right? And then it's going to for the electric vehicle, yeah, electric vehicle. Of course, there are 2 wheels electric vehicle. You need also the battery, yeah, and then it is the motorcycle, yeah, and then also for the electric vehicle 4 wheels. All inside is the lithium, mostly the lithium ion battery, yeah. The form can be different, the form, right? But the inside will be the same, yeah. The inside will be the same, containing the cathode, anode, and separator, yeah. But of course, if we talk the cathode and if we talk the anode, we will have to, of course, to describe what kind of the material inside, right? Okay. The application of the lithium battery, not only for the EV, yes, not only for the electronic device, but now become broadened, yeah. So in all the aspect of our life, you know, so it's become the energy storage for our solar panel rooftop, yeah, for the energy storage in the rural area. You need, in the rural area, you don't have the PLN, the source of the electrification. So you need the, you need the energy storage, the battery. You can store the energy, but in the evening, so you don't have the light, you don't have the source of energy. So you need the, you need the energy storage. And for drone, for military, yeah, military purpose, you use also the battery, yeah. It depending, it's when small, of course, you need only a small a few of maybe 9-volt, yeah, of the battery, because you don't want to have heavier, yeah. Otherwise, the drone will just fall down, yeah. This is drone from military, yeah. And but of course, if you dig out, search, now the submarine, the military tank, all they use the battery lithium. So the battery lithium, the lithium-ion battery used in all the aspects, yeah, not only in electric vehicle, but in various aspects in the military and all the sources. Why? The question why? Yeah, why the lithium battery have the advantages in comparison with the other battery? Yeah, for example, with lead acid. Yeah, the current battery mostly that in the solar lightning is the lead acid battery, but it is heavy, you know, because if you see here, yes, in this in this drawing, in this graph, the volumetric energy density, yeah, it means the volume. The volume, it's small here, right? Yeah, and then so you have also the specific energy, but of course you need smaller size, yeah. So you can see here the NiCad, the NEMH, yeah, nickel tetrahydride. Also, this is the going, yeah, it's better, but the best so far is the smaller the size, yes, and the lighter weight is lithium ion. Therefore, this become the battery revolution, yeah, because it changed your life. Before you have the mobile phone, which is very heavy. Now you have the light mobile phone, yeah. You have to think, yeah, you have also tiny, you know, a tiny of the iPad, yeah, because of the lithium-ion battery revolution, right? Yeah. So you can see, yeah, if you open your laptop, your iPad, and all, so the inside is the coating of the cathode and anode and also the separator, yeah. So in the form of pouch cell, yeah. So we have to thank to the founder of the inventor of the lithium-ion battery. So do you know them? Okay. Of course. Okay. Yeah. I will tell you later on. How does the lithium battery work? The next question. Yeah. If you know the important, and the next question is how does it work, right? So we have to thank to these 3 persons, 3 Nobel Prize chemistry winners, Professor Goodenough, Professor Stanley Whittingham, and Professor Akira Yoshino for development of lithium-ion batteries. Yeah, through their work, yeah, they have created the right condition for wireless and fossil fuel society, and so brought the greatest benefit to humankind. Okay, yeah, we gratefully acknowledge to all of them. Yeah. So I was fortunate to meet I think I met 2 of them, yeah, Stanley, but not the picture not here, yeah. It was 2015 when I attended the conference of International Society of Solid State Ionics in Colorado, USA, right? And then I met Professor Goodenough. At that time, he was 92 years old, you know, yeah, but he gave an inspiring lectures, yeah. He gave us, he delivered the lectures on the future of the battery technology by solid state or solid state battery, yeah. So even his age, but you know, he still have a great idea. But at that time, I was wondering why such a good guy, a big guy, an inspired guy have not received the Nobel Prize. But thank to God that finally in 4 years, yeah, I think his age is 97 when he received the Nobel Prize winners, right? Okay, so why should be lithium? Question, why should be lithium? Because the lithium is the lightest solid element in the world, right? Before the lithium, we have hydrogen, we have deuterium, which is in the form of gas, but the first solid is lithium, right? The lithium have 3 atoms, yeah, okay? If we have this, circle, this is to put the electron, yeah, we have to fill the first 2, yeah, sometimes the first core, right, of the lithium, and you have 1 electron, yeah. Normally, the outer electron like to expel, yeah, try to find how to make it, to make stable, okay. Once the electron expelled to become the lithium ion, and you have the electron. So all the electron is going outside the material, but the ion, the lithium ion plus inside the material, yeah. So the more lithium going up, yeah, back and forward between the cathode, so you will receive more electron. When the electron move, yeah, it become the current, and then you have the potential difference, the voltage between cathode and anode, and then it will give you the current times to the voltage become the power. Therefore, you will have the watt hour. Yeah, it means that you have the current ampere hour, and then time to the voltage, and you have the watt hour. Yeah, so this is very basic. Okay, but yeah, you know that why the lithium is important. Okay. Okay, that's how it works, yeah. Okay, so that's during charging and discharging, the lithium move from cathode, to anode, and then when discharging back again, yeah, from anode to cathode, and then, but finally after maybe 1,000, 3,000 cycle, it will decay, yeah. Not all the lithium back again, yeah. It will stay in their surface, yeah. So become the that is one of the solid electrolyte interface, yeah. But we cannot avoid, yeah. It's just in aging, right? Yeah. Okay. After we have how it works, the lithium important. Now we're going to understand for the understanding the lithium ion battery, right? So if you see, yeah, a coin, it's written lithium battery, right? Like you normally do in your lab, lithium half cell, yeah, lithium battery half cell, coin cell. So my question to you is, it is lithium ion battery or lithium battery? Yeah, this has to be, this is the different, okay? The half cell is not rechargeable battery. It's not lithium ion battery, yeah? Because, yeah, it is coming from the source of the lithium metal. So you cannot put back the lithium ion into the metal. Once the metal, the reduction of the lithium from the lithium metal just finished, so the battery just died, okay? Yeah, so it's even using the lithium, but it called still the lithium battery, lithium primary battery, lithium metal primary battery, yeah? So the difference with the lithium ion battery, okay? Yeah, okay, we will see, yeah? So the lithium ion battery, it's a rechargeable battery, a lithium ion rechargeable battery. So this is the example of the lithium battery, yeah? So you have the lithium source, yeah? And then lithium always, as I mentioned before, yeah, it's unstable. So trying to release the lithium, okay? So you will have in the cathode, Yeah, before you don't have the lithium, so you will have the exporting of the lithium from the metal. Yeah, and then of course when the lithium come, and then you will have the electron and you have the discharge, and then you can turn on your your device. However, this lithium, okay, once the lithium finish, you don't have, because you don't have the return. Yeah, there is no return from like mangan oxide to back to the lithium metal. Okay, yeah. So here, yes, the positive electrode, you have mangan oxide, lithium plus, but electron become the mangan oxide with lithium. Yeah, discharge process. Yeah. In the negative electrode, yeah, you have the lithium and discharge become the lithium plus and electron. And there is no vice versa. Yeah, no vice versa. Yeah, no comeback. Yeah. Okay. So, but if you have, see here, yeah, if you have the lithium cobalt oxide, yeah, this is in composite, yeah. So you have the lithium source here. Once there is charging process, yeah. For example, in the cathode of lithium cobalt oxide, and there is charge, and then lithium comes, yeah, number of the lithium, and you will get the number of electron. So this is come back, okay, yeah. But again, negative electrode, you have the reaction, and then here you can come back again from the graphite, the anode, back to lithium cobalt oxide, yeah. And then coming the energy again, yeah, in a discharging process, and then always rechargeable, yeah, back and forth until the cycle just, maybe around 3,000 to 5,000 cycles. Yeah, that is the life cycle of the lithium battery, depending on the material, right? Yeah, so you see the difference between lithium and lithium ion. So if you have, as I mentioned before, you have the voltage and you have the current, so it will give you the, it will give you the power, right? Yeah. So the difference in material, for example, lithium iron phosphate, the potential difference, the voltage just, we cannot reach until 4, because just lithium, the material have the unique property, yeah. So lithium iron phosphate normally between 3.2 to 3.4, right? Yeah, has the capacity of about 160 milliampere hour per gram. Yeah, so you have the lithium cobalt oxide we use in a laptop, in your mobile phone, yeah, like also the mangan, lithium mangan oxide, yeah. So have different, you see here, yeah, different of the capacity, different of the voltage, depending on the material. Okay, let's take a look of the, for example, the lithium nickel mangan cobalt oxide, which is 111, we call NMC 111, have about 190 milliampere hour per gram. The specific capacity so high. Yeah, this become the, we call the it play role. Yeah, the prima donna of the battery is NMC. Because the specific capacity is high, and also here the voltage, yeah, the voltage around 3.7, 3.8. So it means the power it's larger, twice larger than comparing with the others. Okay, yeah, okay. So here, yeah, we see the theoretical capacity, yeah, practical and theoretical. You may ask why the theoretical and practical just different. Of course, you cannot have the ideal condition. Theoretical capacity is assumed that everything, all the material, yeah, you don't have the other material for making the battery. But when you make the battery in practical, you use also the other component like carbon active carbon, and PVDF, NMC, and etc. Yeah, so it reduces, yeah, not the whole material, yeah, and also you. Of course, the best is when it is closer, right? Yeah. Yeah, so it's just different, right? Cobalt 140, and then nickel oxide without mangan and nickel without mangan and cobalt 170. Yeah, this is only mangan. Yeah, without others less. Yeah, and LiFePO is 130, right? Okay. Okay, what is the relation with the Sustainable Development Goal? Yeah, as you may aware that President Jokowi just attended the COP meeting 26 in Glasgow, yeah, in the beginning of December. Yeah, they discussed about how important the sustainable development goal, how important of the climate challenge, climate change, yeah, for the world. Yeah, we have to be aware how to solve the climate change. Yeah, yeah. From the Paris Agreement, yeah, the COP in 2015 in Paris, all the presidents, from all over the world, they have the agreement to reduce the climate change. Yeah, by what? First, yeah, Mr. Jokowi, our president, by limiting the average global temperature increase less than 2%. Yeah, okay, to 2 centigrade, and then yeah, because if we have more than 2 centigrade, it will, become the catastrophe for the world. We have the flooding, we have the also forestry, yeah, fire, burn forest, etc., and then also the the other problem with the climate, right? Yeah, we have to enhance resilience and adaptation to climate impacts certain to occur, and align financial flow in the world with this subject. If you may heard, there is now the carbon tax, CO2 carbon tax for industry. Yeah, because they contribute for the CO2, the industry. So we have to give them tax. Yeah, so they will use the renewable energy. Yeah, which is a friendly environment. From that agreement, Indonesia released the Presidential Decree number 55 2019, yeah, about the acceleration of battery electric vehicle. Okay. Yeah, in this sense, Mr. Jokowi, our president, also have some goal. Yeah, so the direction, he give the president interview and give the direction. And the purpose is to promote BEV in Indonesia automotive market to develop BEV industry. And second, about the local content requirement, yeah, BEV industry have to fulfill minimal localization ratio, 35% by 2019, but 80% by 2025. You see, for four-wheel drive. So it means you can see here, yeah, the battery 35% of the car content. If you don't have the battery from Indonesia, how can you reach that? Okay, yeah, yeah. Of course, there's some incentive and also some other program. Yeah. If you see here, what is the relation of the battery for the the battery as with the sustainable goal? Yeah. Battery are key technology to achieve Paris Agreement and support the UN SDGs, right? Yeah, because yeah, you see the impact, yeah, sustainable benefit of battery. The impact of the global battery industry span across a variety of UN sustainable goal, right? Yeah. So if we see here, right? Yeah, about the 23% from the source, the generation. And then this is from the industry and 16% from the transportation, right? So the battery enable reduction in industry according for 39% of global greenhouse gas emission. Yeah. So it means that depressing, yeah, the battery can do the carbonization, yeah, if you apply, of course, yeah. Here, the climate problem making, more people, 850 million people lack access of electricity worldwide, and the battery industry create, yes, yeah, this is increasing the value, the economic, yeah, and estimated to million people are employed, yeah, in the battery value, right? If you have the factory, you have that, okay, yeah. So once the electric vehicle increasing, yeah, right here, your battery enable decarbonization of road transport. Once it increase of the electric vehicle, yeah, which is about 25 times, yeah, in 2030. So it means that it will automatically reduce the carbon dioxide. So this is This is good example. So it means battery, it is important. Yeah, battery are a core technology to realize the energy transition and broaden energy assets around the world, right? Okay, what is the relation nickel with the battery? Yeah, I think nickel will become the next oil. So if you see here, yeah, this is the cathode material. The cathode material consisting of the nickel, cobalt, and aluminum. Yeah, with the aluminum here, yeah, NCA we call the specific energy very high. Yeah, the highest I think specific energy from NCA. But the cost is very expensive. Yeah, and also the safety. Yeah, if you may aware what happened with Tesla, Tesla still using the NCA. Yeah, the safety of the NCA is still, yeah, we still need to improve the safety. Yeah, though the cycle is quite good, performance okay, yeah, specific power, yeah, therefore Tesla using it, yeah, the NCA, but still need to be developed, yeah, because of the safety problem. The next is the rich nickel, we call the nickel, mangan, cobalt, specific energy maximum, the cost not extra expensive as the NCA, have the safety, better also the performance have, yeah, not of course not as good as NCA, yeah, and then the life span also, yeah, good, yeah. So you may need this, yeah, for the electric vehicle. For example, for the Chevrolet and Nissan, yeah, they use the NMC, yeah. I'm sure the Ioniq, also the Hyundai car using that NMC, yeah. Okay, and then this is the lithium manganese oxide without the nickel. Yeah, you use it in your mobile phone. It doesn't matter, but because you don't need the specific power. Yeah, but sometimes you change every year. Yeah, with this battery. Yeah, it decays easily. Yeah, and then you have also the lithium iron phosphate, the cathode. You see the specific energy is half of the containing nickel material. Yeah, the cost is less, but the safety very good. Yeah, so not depending of what you want to use, but if you want to use for energy storage, yeah, static, yeah. So for the power generation, you can use this LFP because you just put down. But for the car, you have to consider about the heavy, yeah, because twice heavier compared to the nickel containing, yeah, material, yeah. So you have another. This is lithium titanate, yeah. This is the anode. Yeah, sometimes the people say a new battery of titanate, but actually this is the battery, but the material of the graphite is changed by LTO, lithium titanate oxide. Yeah, you see this, but the problem is still, yeah, specific energy less, yeah, right, but safety and performance good. Yeah, so it means there is no material that can give you everything, right? So how about the future of the battery? The future of the battery, you see, the cathode chemistry by selected manufacturers, for example, LG Chem, yeah. At first they use the LMO, yeah, and then they use NMC 523, yeah. So they developed earlier, yeah. They don't use 111, yeah. And then the future is 811. And Panasonic, the same, yeah. First use NCA and then NCA, but in the future they will use also well, Panasonic still keep, yeah. I'm sure it will change, yeah, because use only for, I think, mostly for the electronic device, yeah. CATL, yes, going also to NMC, yeah, 811. Hitachi, Samsung, yeah, and other other company, so they're going to 811. Yeah, what it is, yeah. So what is 811? So 811, it's shortened from the 80% nickel, 10% mangan, 10% cobalt. So we call NMC 811, right? So there is a development of NMC starting from 111, one-third of nickel, cobalt, mangan. Okay, it has a good, yeah, thermal stability, yeah. And then you increase the nickel, 50, 20, 30. We call 532, 523, yeah, depending on what definition, right? So decrease the thermal stability, but increasing the capacity. And then you increase again to become 622, yeah? 622 also increase the capacity better, 180, and then you increase to 15.15, yeah, 110. But if you go to 811 here, the red one, yeah, it's going to 200, yeah. But the thermal stability up to 240, so decreasing, yeah. Of course, in the future, maybe there is 0.9, 90%. And you may ask, can we remove the cobalt? Of course you can do. So it means that you have the lithium, nickel, mangan, but you still need the cobalt because you need to accelerate. Yeah, cobalt for accelerating, but you have to reduce the amount because the cobalt is expensive and also not friendly environment. Yeah, but you still need it. Okay, so I think you have here, but maybe I repeat again.
Apologize, Prof. Evi, but we cannot hear the voice of the video. We cannot hear the voice of the video.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Maybe I have to put here, share sound. Okay.
Hai Sobat Iptek, tahu kan kalau dunia akan terus berkembang dan berinovasi? Contohnya kendaraan kita yang kini masih menggunakan bensin yang akan habis, sehingga akan berkembang menjadi kendaraan listrik yang bersumber energi terbarukan listrik agar lebih efisien, mengurangi efek rumah kaca, bahkan emisi karbon sebanyak 43% dibanding mobil biasa. Hebat kan? Semua ada berkat komponen utamanya untuk menyimpan energi, yaitu baterai litium. Baterai litium adalah baterai dengan energi besar dan bobot yang ringan. Dibanding baterai biasanya, baterai litium dapat dicas sehingga banyak dipakai di barang elektronik sehari-hari. Ada 3 komponen, anoda, katoda, dan separator. Kandungan tertingginya di katoda yaitu nikel, mangan, dan kobalt. Tapi nikel lah yang bisa menyimpan energi terbanyak sehingga jadi unsur utama pada baterai litium dengan rasio terbanyak 80%. Negara kita sangat beruntung karena ternyata Indonesia adalah sumber nikel terbesar di dunia. Harusnya bisa membuat industri dan mengolah material nikel menjadi baterai litium sendiri. Sayangnya Indonesia belum ada wadah bagi para ahli untuk bersatu dan membuat teknologi yang bisa mewujudkan itu. Maka Menristek menugaskan Ibu Evi untuk memimpin riset mengenai baterai litium dan materialnya yang dilakukan di Puspiptek. Ibu Evi telah menekuni teknologi dan material nuklir selama 30 tahun. Kini Ibu Evi menjadi Presiden MRSI, INSS juga mendirikan NBRI. Ketiga organisasi ini saling melengkapi dalam riset pembuatan teknologi yang dapat mengolah nikel dan bahan baku lainnya menjadi baterai litium. MRSI fokus meneliti material seperti nikel dalam pembuatan baterai, NBRI meneliti pembuatan baterai yang efektif, dan INSS fokus mengembangkan teknologi nuklir untuk membaca kerja litium dalam baterai. Ketiganya, selain bertujuan memajukan penelitian, juga menjadi wadah bagi para ahli di Indonesia untuk terus bekerja sama mengembangkan inovasi teknologi energi di Indonesia. Dengan kayanya sumber daya alam dan kemampuan mengembangkan teknologi sendiri, Indonesia akan menjadi negara yang independen dan inovatif.
Okay, so you know the nickel. No, nickel is very important. Yeah. So about how the Indonesia strategic planning. So I see I attended the conference in 2014. So I mentioned this. Yeah. Baterai, it became the Indonesia strategic planning. Yeah, so it's already published. Yeah, at that time there is no, not many doing the research on battery, but I think this is the future. Yeah, about the Indonesia itself, because we are rich with the local resources. So, but how the strategy to make it Indonesia become the player, yeah, on this industry. Yeah. We know here it's the electric vehicle become the important role, yeah, vital role, because nickel is the vital role for the battery, yeah. 25 to 40% of the cost of the electric vehicle from the battery. 48 to 60% of the battery component is from the nickel, yeah. So nickel become the commodity, which is the strategy, yeah, to be developed, yeah. And then, you know, the battery, the lithium battery, yeah, has a high energy density, yeah, because it containing nickel, as I mentioned before, yeah. In comparing with the other without nickel, so nickel has, you know, increase the specific capacity, the specific energy, yeah. Okay, so and also as we know, the cobalt content still, but become decrease, yeah, only small of the cobalt content, yeah. So how about the nickel resource in Indonesia? It's 21 million, yeah, tons, right? So Indonesia the largest nickel reserve in the world, yeah. But the question how to apply, so how to make Indonesia become the owner of this nickel, yeah, making the battery company, battery manufacturer, and also the car manufacturer from Indonesia, yeah. This is all the, I think the you know, the homework for all of us, for the millennial, yeah. Okay, so I was fortunate to have visited the Morowali Industrial Park, yeah, in I think 2 years ago, 2019, and I met also before with Mr. Luhut, but at the time the IBC not yet, yeah. So they are just maybe current discussion, yeah. At the time I gave the lecture 1 hour to Mr. Luhut, yeah, and then about the battery, you know, giving the lecture to the Ministry of Coordinator about the battery, yeah. But it's good, you know, he really want to learn, and then what is the important. And I asked him, yeah, why in the other world they are, you know, emerging of the battery, which is gigafactory. How about Indonesia? That's my question to him, yeah. And then the second question to him is, if Indonesia have that, it should be from with Indonesia local resources and also Indonesia human resources, yeah. So this is what they have. It is from limonite to become the this is the steel, yeah. But the steel, yeah, the result is export, yeah, to abroad, yeah. So it would be nice if we can have the steel for our car, yeah, electric vehicle, and the battery also from us, yeah. But at the time, I didn't understand much about the nickel, yeah, just visit, and then I show that one of the explanation that they have the production of MHP, yeah, to become the sulfate, yeah, nickel sulfate, cobalt sulfate, mangan sulfate, but they will bring it to the process will be done in China, yeah. So I was wondering about that, yeah, why it should be taken to China? It should be done is with process in Indonesia. Okay, so it means that we have to understand how to proceed the technology processing from mineral to cathode, right? Yeah. So this is the model, yeah, the source from Prof. Zaki from ITB thing, yeah. So it's starting from nickel ore to become there is HPAL, yeah. Now you have also STAL, yeah. The new one, yeah, simpler, yeah. They make it not really big as HPAL. Here, and then produce the nickel matter or the MHP, yeah, mixed hydroxide precipitate. So this is the plant, yeah. Of course, this is the big company, yeah, can proceed this like in Bali and Morowali, probably, and some other in Sulawesi, yeah. And then from that, you have the MHP, and then you need another process for a refinery plant. So you have to, in order to produce the sulfate, yeah. Actually, refinery plant not to produce the sulfate, but to separate, yeah, to separate nickel and cobalt from MHP, yeah. So you have that, and then you do the leaching to become the sulfate. And the other unit also the mangan ore, yeah. So this is done actually with the group of the ITB, yeah. Professor Zaki and from metallurgy do this work, yeah. I think give also good progress. and then the MHP we still get from the company, yeah, the Smelter Nickel Indonesia. And the mangan ore is being done in the group of the BRIN or ex-LIPI in Lampung, yeah, become the mangan sulfate, yeah. So we have these three. So we expect that this is also from a BRIN group, yeah, from ex-LIPI, yeah, making the lithium carbonate. Yeah, we hope that they make a progress for lithium brine to become carbonate. So from these three, you need the precursor plant and become, you know, become the precursor and become the cathode. So we have to understand the process. Yeah, yeah, making laboratory scale and the mini pilot, it's just different. Okay. So after having the cathode, of course, which is containing with this material, yeah, local material, you need also the anode plane, yeah. So I think this part has not been researched, yeah, much in Indonesia, yeah. But this is also potential to be researched because we need the graphite, yeah. We have a lot of carbon, yeah, source of graphite, but you know we haven't done much research on this part, yeah. But we need that, okay. So for this part, we still need to be imported, yeah. And then you have the battery assembly pen, and you can use it, yeah. So this is the one of the project that NBER also involved, yeah, on the national research priority. Yeah, we have the we visited the national smelter nickel Indonesia in Balaraja, and we received the source of MHP. So this is local, right? Yeah, this is the owner, yeah, Mr. Wayan. Yeah, we have the good collaboration, yeah. And then, so we have, what we have to do is we have to separate it, MHP to become nickel and cobalt, yeah. So this is the process, yeah. And also from the, you know, from the mangan, so we can have the mangan sulfate, yeah. So all these three, yeah, we are working together, and then they bring to us, yeah, to NBRI, yeah, and also supported by BRIN. So we make a precursor, yeah, which is the mini pilot, the 20-liter slurry precursor once of the process, and we produce a kilogram of batch of the precursor, yeah. But of course, you need to add the lithium, the solid state reaction, and become the NMC 811. So we have the comparison, yeah. This is now being a patent by us, yeah, by this consortium, right? Yeah. So this is our team.
Hello everyone, I'm Muhammad Farudin from National Nuclear Energy Agency. I'm here as a researcher, and one of my job is the synthesis for cathode materials.
Okay, so his task is to make a processing, yeah, cathode, yeah, and then so we need also several process. This is one of the research assistant doing the filtering, yeah.
Hello everyone.
Okay, so he mentioned about the filtering of the precursor, yeah, before the process, and then this is the process of making, yeah. For the student, of course, they can make NMC, but you know, with the low scale, yeah, only milligram, right? Yeah. So the various work, yeah. So I think this forget the name. One of the student of UNPAD, yeah. Sometimes I forget too many students, but what he successfully made 111, yeah, and then she did the graphene, yeah. So they will continue for TA, yeah, for their thesis work also in MRI. Okay, so after you have the cathode, you need to make the battery. Okay, yeah. So this is actually the line production of the IBC, yeah, International Battery Corporation. After the nickel, you can sulfate and battery precursor, as we did, yeah, and you need the cathode and then battery cell, yeah. So this is consisting of Antam, Mine ID, Pertamina, PLN, and this is the also NHL for the recycle, yeah. So this is circular economy mean, yeah. If you go to the recycle process, so you have the circular economy, yeah. So this is a good process if you can do it in the good coordination, right? Yeah. For 3 minutes.
Nama saya Evi Kartini, saya Profesor Riset dari Badan Tenaga Nuklir Nasional. Baterai litium ini intinya terdapat bahan katoda, ya katoda itu positif, di mana kita nanti mengcoating materialnya. Katoda itu yang mengandung litium di aluminium foil, kemudian yang anodanya dari grafit itu ada di copper foil. Ya, kenapa revolusi baterai litium ini bisa menggantikan baterai-baterai lainnya? Karena spesifik energi yang tinggi, dia lebih ringan, jauh lebih ringan dibandingkan dengan lead acid. Itu mungkin kelebihan daripada penelitian dan penemuan inovasi kami. Nah, selain dari itu, baterai ini ketika jadi satu baterai ini mengandung litium dan kapasitasnya itu sekitar 3,2 volt dan kapasitas 1 ampere hour, ya bisa sampai 3 ampere hour, kemudian dengan 3 volt sampai 4 volt, ya tergantung materialnya. Kemudian kalau kita membutuhkan kapasitas yang lebih tinggi, kita bisa untuk menjalankan sepeda listrik, ya. Sepeda listrik contohnya kita membutuhkan daya sekitar 48 volt, ya, 48 volt dengan 30 Ah seperti itu. Jadi caranya bagaimana? Kita harus membuat rangkaian seri untuk mendapatkan voltasenya lebih tinggi. Nah, dari bentuk seperti inilah kita mempunyai kapasitas baterai yang bisa diaplikasikan. Jadi kalau untuk kendaraan listrik tinggal kita outputnya berapa voltasenya, berapa kapasitasnya, ya. Bisa bayangkan kalau kita menggunakan untuk contohnya ini digunakan kami desain untuk PJU, penerangan jalan umum, di mana diisi dengan energi matahari, ya. Pada siang hari 12 jam diisi ke baterai ini, kemudian pada malam hari digunakan, sehingga kita tidak perlu bayar listrik. Kita menggantikan yang ada di pasaran sekarang. Kebanyakan di pasaran menggunakan baterai lead acid seperti ini. Bayangkan besarnya juga sudah jauh lebih kecil, lebih ringan, dan ini berat sekali. Ini beratnya 16 kilo dan ini beratnya 2 kilo. Jadi dari segi size lebih kecil, dari segi kapasitas jauh lebih besar, kemudian ini kita bisa gunakan sampai lebih dari 2 tahun sampai 5 tahun, sedangkan ini kita hanya cukup 1 tahun sudah tidak bisa kita gantikan. We are not alone, but we are together to bring up our nation to become different.
Oke, itu tadi caranya, ya. Jadi sorry, I'm so because I'm sorry. Right. Okay. So what is inside a lithium-ion battery? So if you see here, yes, the 34% is the 31% from the cathode, and the lithium unit, but it's only 7%, right? Yeah. And if you open, yeah, you see the cylinder. Yeah, you have separator, and you have negative cathode and anode. Yeah, and then so you just put, wine together. Yeah, you need also the electrolyte. Yeah, you still need the electrolyte as the electrolyte liquid. Yeah, therefore you need the cell. Yeah, in the future battery you have the solid state battery. You don't need the electrolyte anymore, right? Yeah. So this is the team. They are preparing the from the local material. They're making the cathode. Yeah, the processing of the cathode. Yeah. So here.
Baru proses coating.
Sorry, Prof, the time is 5 minutes left.
Okay.
Ada yang gagal sedikit.
Okay. So this is the process, and then we make the cathode and anode, yeah, and cathode from the material. So we have the battery, and then we make the cylinder battery, and then hopefully this will become the first battery using the local material, yeah, that we made, yeah. But we have to improve, of course, the capacity and performance, right? Yeah. And the next, after you have that, you need the testing the battery. Otherwise, you don't know. Yeah. If you see here, yeah, you know the difference. But if you see here, you don't know what the difference. Yeah, the capacity. Yeah, this is the people not aware about that. Okay. Yeah. So if you see here, all different. You have different 5,000 and then 12,000, and this is wrong. Okay. So you need to do is the testing. Yeah. So you have to check the battery coming to your lab. Then it should be, so many in commercial battery, and then actually not actually right, yeah. But this is the most the good one, yeah, from Sony, LG, Samsung. Even not 100% the capacity, but still good, yeah, because above the 95%, yeah. But of course, the other the other brand just less than 70%, sometimes only 30%, yeah. Okay, so this is the if you have the pack, you can do also the pack testing. You need a bigger one, okay? Yeah. For example, for PJU, okay? And if the application of the battery for EV, yeah. So, but beside the battery and then charging station, but you need also about the skill development of human resources. Yeah, this is important. Yeah. Therefore, yeah, you have to understand what inside. So you will learn tomorrow from Mr. Agus Purwadi what is inside of the EV, right? Yeah, you have the battery here, yeah, which is 35% of the battery. If you open the car, which is 7,000 of the small battery inside the car, yeah. So it means that if inside the car is the nickel, so it means the nickel will become important. Yeah, this is one example of one of the interns in our lab. Yeah, so change the modification of the conversion of the folding bike to become the electric bike. Yeah, so they will learn not only about how to convert, but also about the battery, the BMS, yeah, the motor. Yeah, I think this is quite good. For the next challenge, I will ask to make the motorcycle conversion, right? Okay, so we do also this important, the BMS, yeah? We have to develop our own BMS, yeah? Because it is part of the battery to connect with the device, yeah? So I think the student can do this, yeah? And then we are now trying to work on this, also the gesit using our battery material, NMC, right? Yeah, and then this is the collaboration with the SDM. And the other program is the battery energy storage. As I mentioned, yeah, we have to think with the 100% of the using solar panel at our home. Yeah, so you can export, import the capacity, the power to the PLN. Yeah, electricity company. So you can sell it. So you don't need to pay the PLN, but you harvest the energy from solar. Yeah. Okay, if you don't have the PLN, its name is off-grid. But if you have on-grid, right? But if you want to use it in the evening from the solar energy, you need the energy storage. It's mean the hybrid solar power system. Yeah. For this, if you want to know more, next week we will have the international workshop on solar rooftop and utility scale. Yeah. Please wait, attend that one. Yeah. So I just short here showing. That is the one of the application, yeah, solar rooftop. And then you use the power. Yes, this is the power wall, yeah, to power wall. So you can have the hybrid, yeah. This is the inverter, and so in the evening you can use the energy storage here, yeah. So this is one of the product from the Infineon. I think it's very good, yeah. This is Indonesian made. Of course, the others, so we can have the energy storage, larger capacity, yeah. And then, and we also have the training certification, not only for vocational, for like what we have now, school, and then the special also, yeah. And then several level that we can provide, yeah, with the expert. Of course, our expert from all over Indonesia, because Canberra is a platform like what we have now also, yeah. So we have for the Komatsu also Indonesia, we just have this, and we previously we have on the International Battery School, and then we have the also already have the ICBREF conference in June, and we have also climate change challenge workshop, collaboration with British Council, and giving the challenge prize 30K counseling. I think it's now it's going on. Yes, yeah. And then this is the visiting of the National Energy Council to our facility. Yeah, yeah. And then this is last week. We have the collaboration MOU with the Surveyor Indonesia. Yeah, because there are a lot of things that we have to discuss. Yeah, about not only the battery, so many things about the regulation and about the problem of the skill development. Yeah, it's very important, right? Okay, and then once again, thank you for your time, and then thank you also from Professor Alan. I hope for Alan will welcome you either this afternoon or tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, remember his time zone is different, 6 hours different, 7 hours different, so he can only attend the afternoon session. Once again, thank you. I written this to Mr. Adi.